My name is Garland E. Raiford III, craft bartender and restaurant consultant. My favorite part of the experience of being in a craft cocktail bar is that moment when you see them sip the drink and their eyes kind of roll back in their head and they're like, this is amazing. And it could be something as simple as an old fashioned, as simple as a martini, but you've made it correctly. The look on somebody's face when they taste a great cocktail, that's what inspires me. That's what moves me. Because just like any good chef, that's what we're here for. We want you to enjoy the experience. That's what you came out of your house for. You came to spend your money with me. That's what I'm about. I want you to enjoy every second that you're with me. If you're not, then I've done something terribly, terribly wrong. Behind the bar, people have a space, and I can just be big, but it's like being on stage. I'm big, but not in a way that's threatening to you. And so we could have real conversations, and I just always loved that kind of feeling, that connection. I get why actors do what they do. I get why they understand that connection. For bartenders, it's exactly the same way. They're on stage when they're on the bar. And you get this kind of feeling, but you get this also very personal connection. I remember what you drank. I remember that you came in. I remember this part about you and this story. How was your vacation? How was this? How was that? And to have a regular come back in and again, specifically for you, is intoxicating. What I do for restaurants, what I do for bars, is I create and tweak, depending on what's going on, what exactly is necessary to optimize profit, optimize reliability, optimize bar culture. These are the things that make bars great. If every bartender hates each other, then it's never going to work, because the bar is a team and it fires on all cylinders. I always love to use the analogy of a special forces team. Servers, they're your infantry. The bar, special forces. They're cross-trained, they probably know more, they maybe cooked. Most of the best bartenders in the world have gone to culinary school. It's a different beast because they have to know more. You have to deal with the idea of bar culture. When you start dealing with tweaking cocktails, if you have an existing cocktail menu, what needs to happen is that if the sales aren't quite there or they could be optimized, then you have to look at it from that perspective. What is my clientele saying? What is my clientele asking me for? If they're just asking me for Grey Goose cocktails and I've got nothing but 95 bourbons on the bar, we might need to readjust that. Some of the biggest mistakes that restaurants make with their cocktail programs are, one, trying to be too fancy too soon. There's a lot of people out there that honestly don't know how to drink. And it's a very simple thing. They know vodka water, vodka soda, gin and tonic, basics. That's what they grew up on. Teach your bartenders about the classics and then allow them to be creative and twist those classics just a little bit to bring your people back in. But once again, that also takes bar culture. You've got to have a team that knows everything that they're supposed to know. They've got to go from point A to point B. They've got to know what the difference is between an actual martini and a cocktail. They've got to know the difference between a bourbon and a rye. And they've got to know why they're selling what they're selling in that glass. That takes training. So you also have to have training, and you have to know the history, and you have to know the reason why that liquor is sitting on the bar shelf. That's where it comes in. And then from there, you can start twisting and changing it for the clientele. The reason why that restaurants and bars call me is because I'm basically what actors and dancers say, I'm a triple threat. Because I'm bringing history, and I'm bringing training, and I'm bringing creativity. I have a track record from start to finish that says that I am that guy. I've been part of that entire thing. There was a time when the two most important people in the community were the preacher and the barman. There's a history there of what bars are supposed to do. They are there as cultural centers, as community centers, as places for people to relieve grief, as people to celebrate. And if you do not create that atmosphere, your bar will fail eventually. No matter how good the food is, no matter how fancy the drinks look, no matter how big the price point is, you need to have all three of those things done. And I've done them successfully.